Hello and welcome to the first in the tutorials on creating. First one is on terrain. So initially we have nothing to edit, so let's go through the middle portal, and we want to start off with a completely new world. So rather than pick anything that we've already got, let's go for new world. It's going to create us a brand new world, completely flat, ready to edit. It's going to put me right in the middle of the world. You notice there's no spawn point that you normally have at the moment because I've not placed one down. So how do I go into edit mode? Well, quite simply, you just press escape, or you can click on the top right where it says escape. I can press M to bring up the mouse. I could click there. I prefer shortcuts, so I'm just going to press escape. Now I'm in edit mode. The mouse doesn't turn the camera as normal. To move around in edit mode, I need to hold down the right mouse button. As soon as I do that, when I move the mouse, it also spins the camera. I can use WASD to fly around, so I can fly backwards, and if I point down, I'll fly up in the air. I can also use the mouse scroll wheel to move in and out. So, we've got this panel at the bottom. It's got many different tabs that containing different things. Big clues on what they are with the icons. But the very first one is terrain. So with this you can pick up these brushes and you can sculpt the terrain with it. So if I place that one there, if I then pick up the same one, you can see it blends in with whatever the terrain has got. So I could add one there, I could add even another one the same, and it's not even, doesn't even look like the initial shape. If I wanted to inverse this, so if I didn't want it to poke out of the ground, I wanted to do the opposite, I just hold Control. And again, I can click, place that down. If I didn't like any of that, I could just press Z to undo and get rid of all of those. There's other brushes that have got colour on them, or paint, like this one. So when you place that down, it gets automatically painted as well. Very nice. And again, as with all of them, I can press Control and do the opposite thing. Many other brushes have got lots of different shapes and paint on them, pyramids, all sorts of things. Really nice mountains, even great big selection of mountains. So anything that you can see has got colour on it, that means it will be painted. But things like this, that won't change the paint underneath. So if I put it in the middle of these, won't change it. So let's undo those. So what could you use these for? You can get the general shape of the world that you want very quickly, very easily. There's lots of big and small shapes you can blend together. Very quickly build the rough shape of the world that you want. If you want to test that, you can just press escape and go straight back into play mode. Now I've not got a portal, as I said, so if let's put down, let's get rid of these, let's put this down here. If I wanted to test that out, I'd obviously spawn back in the middle of the world again, which is miles away. So let's just go to the third tab and put down a spawn pad. Let's put it down right at the top. Now when I press escape, there I am, right on the top. I go back into edit mode. So whenever you go back into edit mode, it automatically resets everything. So if you've got enemies in there or quests, everything is reset when you go back into edit mode. So we can easily and quickly produce the main shape of our world, but let's say we want to make it a little bit more custom and we want to add some specific things in. So you see these tools on the left here. We've got the current one, which is edit, and whenever you click on one of these, whatever mode you're in, it will switch back to the standard kind of edit mode. We've got paint, which is 2, and you see we've got the number 2 there, so I can click it, but I can also press 2 to bring up paint. Got a colour wheel here, so I can just click on any colour that I like yellow. I can just paint, hold down the left button and paint. If I want to change the size of that brush, I can use the squared brackets, bring that size up or down, and it will kind of blend in with whatever's around it. So I can make a real mess. And again, I can just undo that if I don't like my amazing painting. Third tool is raising and lower terrain. So this kind of allows you to make your own shape. So depending on the size of the brush, I can just hold down the left mouse button and it will raise the terrain. So I can make my own mountains very, very easily. And obviously change what's already there. And again, I can undo that. If I hold down Shift, it will do the reverse and lower the terrain instead. So I can do that to something that already exists. I'll lower that down. Or I can make, rather than make hills, I can make valleys. The fourth tool is flatten. The flatten's quite an interesting one because let's say we've got this tool here, massive great thing. And I'll place that down, and as you can see, that's a very nice ring of mountains, but there's no way in or out of that. So if I started off inside that, I can't really get out. So really what I want to do is I could use the lower terrain and kind of lower this down, but if I wanted it to be exactly flat, or just wanted to clear an area of it, I can use this flatten tool, which is 4. Now it's telling me here what to do. So any tools that have got specific things, they tell you what you need to do. So I need to press P to pick the height to use. Well, I want to flatten this area. I really wanted to flatten it to here. So I press P on there. Now I can use that chosen height. So if I paint with that, it will make everything that I paint over that height, which is really good. So now I've got this opening that I want. And then I'd probably go back to paint, and I'd want to paint this green. Now I don't know which exactly colour that is, so I can press I and it will pick up whatever colour I'm over. So press I, and now I can paint with that colour. And I'll keep painting with that colour until I choose a colour from the wheel again. So now I've made it nice and green, but obviously this is a bit rough looking. So the next tool, 5, is the smooth tool. You can click this, and again you can with all of these, with the brush sizes, you can use the squared brackets to go up and down. So if I wanted to smooth this off a bit, I'm just doing single clicks here just to do it a little bit. So maybe I want to smooth it off a bit more, so I just move it around while holding it and smooths it off. And that'll work on anything, so I can do it on here as well. I can make this fan out a little bit more. So you can see smooth is very nice for blending bits of terrain together. And then the last tool is the ramp. Let's put another one of these down. Let's put it down here. And let's say I wanted a ramp wanted it to go from here all the way up there. Press 6, and again I get some instructions. Click the location where you want the slope to begin. So I want it to begin there, or I could begin there. Either is fine. So click there. Let's make the ramp a little bit bigger. I want to start there. Where do I want it to end? Up there. And there you go, it's built the ramp for me. And again I can go in, smooth the sides off if I want, blend it a little bit more. I might want a ramp coming off of there. So I could click there and click there. Now you can see there I've clicked slightly far away. So I could blend that together, or I could undo and do it again. So let's blend it. That's a little bit too much, so I'll undo. That's more like I wanted. Then you've got this little bump there, so again I can just smooth that out very easily. I can smooth around this side. And there we go. So that is the basics of terrain.